Welcome back to another edition of Driving Maul on another crazy Thursday. Driving Maul, where blokes judge rugby, streaming on Loud Radio every Thursday, 4 p.m. Central African time.
Every day is a crazy day for you, let's be honest. You
Afternoon rugby lovers, packed show this week, Varsity Cup, Community Cup, Six Nations, Super Rugby, and joining me as per usual, Sharky. How are you, champ?
I'm fantastic, bro. What's going down? How was your weekend?
It was good right up until the Force and the Rebels cocked up my Super Brew.
They messed up a lot of things. They messed up rugby for a lot of people after the second half as well.
1 in 5 Super Brew players picked the Force to win that one.
I may have to.
Before we get into rugby news, reviews and previews, we have a treat for you. Vodacom have a new app out, their awesome Rugby Stats app, a marvellous little tool for blokes who like to judge rugby from their couch. And we've got one of the brains behind the new venture and Cheetah's #1 Russian fan, Ami Kapilevich, a.k.a. at Biobot. Ami, welcome back to Driving Maul, champ.
How's it? Great to be back.
Now, the Vodacom Rugby Stats app, their tagline, thou shalt know rugby, know thy rugby. Tell us more.
Yeah, so they had the whole campaign in place about the Gears code. So it's the Super Gears and the Gears code, and they got all these Gears codes like know your rugby, don't bra fish, that kind of stuff.
Chicken is a salad.
Yeah, which is a very Joburg thing. I was like, what's wrong with braing fish?
Yeah,
that's
all we do.
We dig it. But yeah, so the app sort of fits quite nicely into that. So.
And then, from my understanding, it's free to download.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's available on iOS, Android, BlackBerry.
Yes,
you need to have BlackBerry 12 to operate it, though. Not.
No, you have to have BlackBerry 10.
Oh, okay.
So not the ancient BlackBerry phones, you know.
But more importantly, for those who don't know, can you just tell them a little bit what it's about? Because I absolutely love it and I live on it too. Okay.
Just very quickly, it's actually got quite a cool story because when Sports Illustrated got pulled, then I found myself without a job. And I'd had this idea for the app for a while because when I went around at Sports Illustrated, I was with these sort of like rugby knowledge legends like Skalk Jonker and Gareth Rusley. You know, these guys, these mega minds of rugby knowledge. And I went to them and I was like, when I first started at Sports Illustrated, I said, where do you guys get your rugby information from? And I was quite surprised to discover that there was no one dominant rugby website. They went all over the place. Sport 24, Rugby 365, Rugby 15.
Much like this show every week.
So yeah, pretty much. Which is surprising. And then I compared that to cricket. And everyone, when you want to know stuff about cricket, you immediately go to Cricinfo. Cricinfo completely dominates the cricketing landscape online in terms of knowledge. And I kind of thought, why is that? And it's because Cricinfo is based on stats. And they dominate the stats, and it started with the stats, and then all the other kind of content came from the stats. So I thought if somebody can sort of start dominating the statistics landscape in terms of rugby, then they would become the dominant sort of voice in rugby content. And then and that kind of got me started thinking about rugby stats, and it kind of went on from there.
Now, it's essentially you can get 27 different stats categories for every team, for every game. And the interesting thing for me is that it's updated every 90 seconds during game time. How's the machinations behind the scene working? How many thousands of people have you got watching a game, clicking buttons?
Yeah, well, the app is doing really well, and there've been many thousands of downloads. I can't say too much at the moment.
Yeah,
but. How it works is that you got guys. It's actually quite interesting. I asked them the same question when I spoke to the data guys, and they said there's a guy called a caller and a capturer. And the one guy watches the TV and reads out weird code, like shouts out code like 2, 3, 8, stop.
Okay, so they watch rugby and talk tech. That's
weird. That's it. And the other guy sits in front of a laptop, doesn't even watch the TV, and just captures all this code.
I bet you that Ching Chong Chow to see who's got to work on the laptop, because I bet you the oak watching the TV hates watching rugby. He's like, what is this cock?
And then, the one that's been floating around for a while is that Kiwi rugby actuary in New Zealand from Ruckin Good Stats. Have you guys linked into anything that he's been doing, or it's completely separate?
It is completely separate. I think he provides fairly. I love his work. I think he does great stuff, and he provides fairly detailed team statistics. The core of the Vodacom Rugby Stats app is that it is based on individual players. Okay. So the team stats that you're getting is an aggregation. Of the individual players. We just add them all up and give them to you. Now, we currently in development, version 6 is going to have quite an updated team statistics section. Okay, so that's in the pipeline. We're excited about that. We're working on that. We're working really hard. But the beauty of it is that you get individual players. So that's really where it all started. So you can basically check out any player and all his statistics for that season and for the previous round that he's just played.
And then, I mean, it's obviously all part of that hashtag Supergeus campaign. And in terms of downloading, where can they find it?
It's really easy. You just go to the iTunes Store, or Google Play Store, or BlackBerry App World.
Okay.
And then you just punch a button. It's completely free, and you just tap install. It's a very small app, so it doesn't charge a lot of bandwidth. Also, you don't use terribly lots of data. It's little bits of text. What we've done is that we're actually summarizing the information in the cloud, okay?
Yeah.
And then just giving you a little bit of information that you need that you're basically requesting.
And then I see that if you download it, you stand a chance of winning a trip to the final, or to New Zealand, really.
Now, that's slightly controversial.
Spot the Sharks.
Yeah.
fan.
You're not going to Sydney or Bloem, that's for sure.
Well, you might maybe join me in Durban. We all know Bloom's out the question. But I did... hello. Am I here still? I'm not winning yet. I'd like to think that I entered the competition, but I'm not quite sure if I did. It didn't seem to go through, so we must chat a little bit off air, and you can point me in the right directions of winning the right things.
Yeah,
maybe a cheat code to get up in the top 5.
I'll see what I can do. You just go to that last screen, the little fun screen, that's Vodacom screen, and just tap into the competition. You log your details, and then off you go. And then you automatically enter into that competition. There's also a lot of other, fun stuff that they do.
Some good weekly stuff as well.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of tickets up for grabs, and that's great, And I mean, I think the fact that they put lots of tickets, it's kind of been proven that people prefer lots of small prizes than one big one.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, so like every
beings.
week they're just like giving tickets away and also entering and getting the tickets.
Nobody wants the ones to Newlands.
Yeah, the nice thing is you guys have combined it for like weekly prizes versus like a sort of big end prize, which is great. So you've kind of put both of them together. So the guys are, as they get their instant grat from a week-to-week basis, but there is that a little final tickets at the end of the season, which should help.
Yeah.
And then the likelihood of this being rolled out further into other rugby competitions down the line?
Yeah. Without getting too much into sort of like the contracts that we've signed, it'll definitely it will happen, and we're updating the app constantly. Right now as we speak, we sort of we're busy developing it. Making it better, look better, work smoother, and this is just like sort of version number 1. So watch this space. There's going to be very, very cool stuff happening in future.
Well, there's stats on how many times the Shark girls get their bikinis out.
There should be.
Yeah.
I also want to know if there's a stat on whether Reno Benjamin's yellow card was the fastest ever in Super Rugby this weekend.
Oh, jeez.
There was, and I'll tell you one thing. That was a good early quick shot, and was pretty decent. And was the right call as well, and no one saw it coming. So.
All right, awesome. Well, I mean, all the best with that. We're quite excited as fans of rugby and all of that stuff, and the fact that I can get information, particularly when I'm commentating with Blokes on the Couch, when we eventually get that rolling again this season.
Yeah. Can I just say one last thing, that for the people who've already downloaded the app, what a lot of people don't realize is that one of the ideas that I had behind it is that the website IMDb. Basically, I'm going to do this very quickly. Is that you can click absolutely anything on it. So you have to kind of keep on tapping everything on the screen, and it'll take you deeper and deeper into the app. So if you got a live game, okay, you tap on the live game and you'll see either a live game there, or if there isn't, then you tap on past games. If you tap on any of those past games, it gives you the statistics from those games, team by team, and if you tap on that again, then it'll give you every single player in the entire team and how they scored in that category. So you tap on a past game, and then you tap on meters run, then it'll show you, numbers 1 through 22, how many meters each player individually ran in that particular category. So it goes quite deep.
And how many rolling Mauls the Stormers pack were involved in. They're awesome. It really super chuffed, and we're going to get onto Super Rugby later in the show, and I'm sure you'll be able to shed some more light and give us some more pleasure in terms of what rugby fans can enjoy.
Vrystaat!